Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast on YouTube. What I got here for you this time, this is kind of weird because I usually, if I own something on Blu-ray, I don't buy another copy. But because the Blu-ray set of this film franchise is out of print and going for way too much money, I got the DVDs. Got so many people I want to see this series. I love the Phantasm is probably my second or third favorite horror franchise. My first is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then, if Phantasm was out second place, it's third because second place would end up being Hellraiser. But I don't know. Hellraiser has more shitty films than Phantasm. All right. Started back in the 70s. You know the thing. The tall man got the balls. He goes around killing people and sending their bodies to his planet for something we don't know what. And it's very dreamlike and very weird. And this is all 5 of the films. This is from Welgo. Was it Welgo? Yeah, Welgo USA. We got Phantasm remastered. And this looks a hell of a lot better. I have the old... the release from MGM, the old release. I have that. And this first one, it's got audio commentary with director Don Coscarelli, Michael Baldwin, Angus Scrimm, and Bill Thornberry. Then you got Graveyard Cars episode, and introduced in 1979 with Coscarelli and Angus Scrimm deleted scenes and trailers. 78. Okay, I thought it was 79. 78. This looks way better than that old MGM one. I know there was a later, like an Anchor Bay, I think, DVD that looks about the same as that one. This looks really, really good. But my only complaint is when they remastered it, they went in and like kind of CG up some of the spheres, which I ain't that big of a fan. Phantasm 2, The Ball is Back. This is made 10 years later in 88. Special features, audio commentary with writer-director Don Coscarelli, and stars Angus Scrimm and Reggie Bannister. The Ball is Back, the making of Phantasm 2. Deleted scenes, work print scenes, and TV spots and trailers. I don't know why they didn't put the work print scenes back in. 2, of course, they got Michael LaGrosse instead of... Michael Baldwin, not the Baldwin. Michael Baldwin, this is the different Michael Baldwin. His first name begins with an A. They got James LaGrosse to play that character. Reggie comes back and all that. It's a decent film. I have the work print somewhere, like a bootleg of the work print. There is some difference. Okay, Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. Now this is from 93, so this is only like 5 years later. This is my least favorite of the entire series, mostly because that stupid kid. You could tell this was kind of influenced a little bit by Home Alone. They give you a Home Alone style kid, and it ain't good. All right, special features. Audio commentary with director Don Coscarelli and editor Norman Buckley. What the hell? They couldn't get Reggie to show up, or Angus? Balls of Steel, Bob Ivy's Stunt for the Ages, and trailer. It's not bad. It's not the best. It was, excuse me, for the longest time, like, you could find 1, 3, and 4 easy on DVD. 2 was a motherfucker to find. And I own like 3 copies of 2 now. Alright. Now here comes the real fucker of the set, because this is the one that's really hard to get a hold of on DVD until this repackaging. This is Phantasm 4 Oblivion, and this came out in 1998, so 5 years later. This is only the final film in the series. Originally started off with a different script with a huge budget, and then the budget kind of fell, and we got this. And it uses footage from the first film that was never used. It has a really unusual ending that either you love or you hate. I personally love it, but I have a weird interpretation of that film too. What we got for extras here? We got audio commentary with the writer-director Don Coscarelli and stars Reggie Bannister and Angus Scrimm, behind the scenes, and a trailer. And this kind of gives an origin to the tall man. You find out his real name is Jebediah Morningside, and we see how he became the tall man. He invented the Forks portal and went through it and comes back as a tall man. And it's basically, they bring back Jody from the original one. He's one of the balls. And it's got a really good ending, but a lot of people don't care for it. And then we get the one, and I'm going to be honest, I have not watched it yet. I've been putting it off. This film's been out for how many years now? 2016, so almost 3 years now I've been putting off watching because I've heard it's good, I've heard it's god-awful. And I'm just kind of, I don't know. I love the Phantasm series, but this is Ravager, this is 5. This is not directed by Don Coscarelli. It's the only one he did not direct. This is directed by David Hartman, but we got audio commentary with director David Hartman, writer-producer Don Coscarelli, behind the scenes, deleted scenes, Phantasm bloopers and outtakes, and a trailer. All these are anamorphic, widescreen, blah, 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 all that shit they all got, blah, blah, blah. Here's the neat thing. Because every one of these has had, the first one's had multiple, there's an MGM release, there's this Welgo release, there's a Anchor Bay one. The second one was what, Paramount or one of those. It only had like one release. It was a motherfucker to find until they put it back out again in like a 4-pack. 3 was never really that hard to find, but 4 for some reason, and I've never figured out why. 4 was always a bitch to find, and 5 wasn't that hard. Now this was $15 when I found it at Walmart, which means 5 films, you're paying $3 a film. That was worth it. The Blu-ray set went out of print extremely quick, and like used copies are going for, as much as they cost new. And that set when it came out new was like $80. So let's check out the disc. We'll see. Oh, we got an extra. What's our extra here? I always like these. They don't do these that much anymore. This is just different stuff Well Goes put out. The Villainous, Better Watch Out, and Wolf Warrior. And on the back we got, now streaming the best martial arts and Asian action cinema 24 hours a day. Hiya! Start your 7-day free trial today. Now available on PlayStation View and Amazon channels. What? I don't understand these. I mean, my understanding of it is for streaming on TVs, if you don't have a TV that does it automatically, has it built in, Roku's the big thing. I don't understand why they don't make it for Roku too. All right, that's what I have. And don't miss these great titles available on Blu-ray and DVD. We got Mine, God of War, Greater, Ip Man or IP Man 3, Kung Fu Yoga with Jackie Chan, and Phantasm. Become a Well-Go Warrior. And the disc. What we got? Phantasm Remastered. That's nice. This is the really cool, because this is loaded like a son of a bitch. Scream Factory. I forgot Scream Factory. Scream Factory did Phantasm 2. And this is their version. Really loaded, even though I'm not the biggest fan of. 2 is still good, but I don't like that they're. This is the part 3. Got some interesting stuff. Part 4, Oblivion. And then, of course, part 5, Ravager. And I'm not even listening to the commentary on Ravager. I need to sit down and watch it. But not a bad little set for that price. I mean, this might even be out of print now. I got this probably 2017. And definitely worth it. Like I said, the Phantasm series, it starts off with a Michael Baldwin. His brother, older brother Jody is raising him. Their parents are dead. And his brother's best friend Reggie is like another brother to Michael. A friend of theirs, a friend of Jody's and Michael and Reggie's dies. They go to the funeral. Michael is out in the graveyard afterwards, kind of like smiling shit, and sees the tall man here pick up the coffin in one hand and toss it in the back of a hearse and drives off. And they find out that he's taking these bodies and sending them to this other world, and they don't know what for. And the rest of the film is the tall man trying to take over the world, and Reggie and Mike, trying to prevent that. And they used, besides that second one, they used pretty much the exact same cast for every one of these films. And the first one, of course, came out in 1978. So it means it was filmed in 1977, and the newest one came out in 2016. So, that huge a gap. That long a series. And these were never, released by a major company. They're always kind of smaller releases. Besides that second one, which was, I want to say that was Paramount. I don't know, though. It's just a really sci-fi, fantasy horror series that's so much fun. And I eventually need to see this last one. I really do. It's just, I'm kind of hesitant. But yeah, definitely, if you're into horror, this is a set you got, especially with the price, $15. I mean, yeah, it's not Blu-ray, but that Blu-ray is going to run you a fuck fortune. Even though you can find a Blu-ray of 1 fairly easily, because I think Anchor Bay put it out on Blue. There's Blue and 2 because Scream. But it's after you get past 2 that the Blues are just a pain in the ass to find. But hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and for the comment, how about you name for me, a horror or sci-fi or cult or fantasy film franchise that you really love that you think deserves more attention. Like with me, it's the Phantasm series. I think it deserves a lot more attention, but I never heard anybody mention them. So, that's what I'd like for comments. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.